Hey everyone, we're here with Frederic from Sons of Arrakis. If you don't fucking know them, you should absolutely know them. They're a tremendous band. I'm actually excited to see them at Planet Desert Rock Fest next month, with a stacked bill of fantastic bands. Uh,
Oh yeah, hell yeah, man. It's gonna be awesome.
it
Can't
is.
wait. And
Yeah.
thank you, man, for the presentation. Really appreciate it.
No, thanks for joining me. I greatly appreciate your time. I was honestly, dude, I've been listening to Volume 2 all fucking day. It
Fuck
is,
yeah, man.
dude, it is such a good album. Like to start with Scattering is like it just kind of prepares you for the entire album.
Amazing, man. Really glad that you like this. We've been working really hard on this last year actually, and putting it together was really tough. Actually, it was a challenge to be honest. This album was released. It was maybe the hardest album I put on. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, for sure, man. There's some it's really complex and like intertwined sections, and it was really puzzling sometimes. But yeah, we try. Just have to shut down a little bit my little voice inside my head and go on with this.
For
To
sure.
to be as confident as possible with the result, and this is it, man. We
Dude,
try.
it's it's honestly it's just a solid piece of work. Like the one of the things that really draws me into it is it is so fucking groovy. You're
Oh,
like
thanks.
you just really want to move with it and like sing along. Like I don't know any of the fucking lyrics, but I'm still trying to sing along with it, you know?
Do you have the lyric sheet? I can send it to you, man.
I don't, but I just ordered the sandblasted vinyl.
Oh yeah, man. This is my favorite. Yeah.
Yeah.
Planet Desert Edition is my one of my favorites. But yeah, man, there's yeah, for sure there's the lyric sheet inside of
Yeah.
the insert. So yeah, for sure, man. Let me know what you think about the lyrics too. I think it's a integral part of the work that I've
Yeah.
done, and yeah, this was a puzzling part too.
Yeah. Well, so what was writing volume 2 like for you? You know, how long did that
uh,
take you?
Oh, for volume two, during the pandemic, we already recorded volume one, and it was ready to launch when the restrictions were over. We were ready to release this album, and we did in October 2022. But at this point, I had, for example, 4 or 5 songs almost composed and ready to record for volume two. And then over the course of the next year following volume one, I I recorded what was needed, 3 other songs for volume two, and some other transitions as well that I had in my head and thought it would be great on the album. So over the summer of 2023, we recorded those demos with my drummer, only my drummer and I, in a studio in Ontario near Hamilton, where our friend Zach, he's one of the of the dudes from Black Throne Production or label. So basically, we recorded those songs in his living room. That
Hell yeah.
was that was a blast, man. That was really fun, actually. And after this, we were ready to record you know, in in the winter of 2024. We pushed really hard to get through this whole process, and this was it. One piece after the other, putting the drum together at first, and then bass guitars and lyrics, and then it was Francis guitar solo after this. So basically, that was the whole process. um, there was no really jamming the songs at first. It was really like demoing the songs and yeah, putting together every pieces of
Arranged
it.
them how they needed to be and then yeah.
Yeah, exactly. This and to be honest, I think this is the last time I do this kind of process because it was mind-boggling for me to felt I felt like I was like this lonesome dude playing music and then showing it to my bandmates after this. But for the last for the next album, Volume 3, we already have some stuff going on and we're jamming it. So this is really fun. We're actually jamming it in a jam space, and we think that Volume 3 should be recorded live, at least for the basics, drums and bass, and putting some overdubs after this. But the basics should be live, or either on a click track or just no click at all. It should be a different
Yeah.
mood.
Well, cool. That's really cool. So are we gonna get any of volume three at Planet Desert by chance?
Oh man, no, I don't think we would be ready to show show some songs from Volume 3 yet. It's still in the making. It's still in the oven right now.
Okay.
But for sure there will be songs for from Volume 2, of course. We we are ready. We're pretty solid because we toured a bit in Quebec. We toured a bit in Ontario as well. So our set list is pretty. I think it's solid. It's solid right now, and we're really eager to present to show this to you in Vegas for sure, man.
Right on. I think that's gonna be um, that whole weekend is gonna be absolutely phenomenal.
Hell yeah, man! Can't wait to be in Vegas, man, for the first time, and of course meet the famous John Gist.
Oh
It
yeah.
should be. I heard some good stuff about this guy, and I can't wait to meet him and to meet you guys too, man. It will be. I think it will be a fantastic time, man.
Oh, I do too. I mean, the bands on there are absolutely stacked. One of obviously I'm really looking forward to you
Yeah.
guys. I texted my buddy today. I'm like, dude, I cannot wait. He's coming out with me. He's got a label here in Louisville. I'm like, dude, like I can't wait to see these guys. And he's like, I'm not real familiar. So I sent him what I don't remember. I sent him probably volume one and I was like, check it out. He goes,
Oh
this
yeah.
is right up my fucking alley. I'm like, hell yeah, it is, dude. Um,
Fuck yeah, man. I
but then
really appreciate this, man. Thanks for
yeah,
sharing.
hell yeah. I mean, that's why we're here, right? Like, let's
Yeah, for sure.
keep the music rolling.
Yeah,
Is
man. It's
Go ahead.
Yeah, man. As much as possible, I do the same too. I mean, when I like a band, I try to talk about this particular band a lot, and uh, I, I'm involved too in the. I have a booking agency, like a booking small booking agency in Quebec, so I want to discover bands as much as possible, and yeah, for sure, I try to share as much as possible, not only Sons of Arrakis, but try to yeah, make this community as
Gotta,
vivid as possible.
yeah, you got to grow it, right? Like
Yeah, man, it's important part, I think.
there's some super talented bands, super talented musicians that absolutely should like get a lot more press than they already have, you
That
know?
that that's for sure. I totally agree with you. And there's so much good music out there, and yeah, man, that's for sure. And yeah,
Yeah. So who are you listening to right now that you think other people should like listen to?
there's a lot of band coming from Montreal that I really like, but the first one is a really quite a new band actually. It's called Fangus. I really like this band. They got an album EP out in I think the last summer, and then they played in Montreal a couple of times. I booked them actually a few times in Montreal, and they tried to push it. They are they're like a for me when I see this band, I see it as a super group actually. From my perspective, the singers from this band called Luger. I don't know if you know
Mm-mm.
this band, but they're quite cool and quite well known in the Quebec area, in Montreal especially. And there's this guy actually, or the bass player of this band is the bass player of Sons of Arrakis. So that's why I really love this band too. I really sold out to this particular band for this reason.
Yeah.
And then after this, some members of Blue Cheese as well, and I see it as a super groove or something like this.
Yeah.
There's there's this band called Scorbu as well. Scorbu actually is pronounced that way in French. The Scorbu, it will be Scorbu in English. And they're a really new band, young people, but really, really talented. So I tried as much as possible to, yeah, to make it happen for those guys, and they're able by themselves, of course, but I try to help them as much as I can.
Well, I think, that's the good thing about the community, right? Is everyone kind of tries to help each other. When an
Yeah,
opportunity is presented to a band that's getting more traction, often, they're like, oh shit, well, I want to bring this band along, out on tour and do these things because like what better
yeah.
thing than to go out and tour with your friends, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. This is it, man. And it's kind of this is kind of what happened when we toured in the first time with Ox. Where I contacted Ryan Hilton. Is like the manager, kind of the manager from Ox, and one on the A&R for from Black Throne Production as well. This is where I got in contact with him at first, and then Ox were just, I think they got their album out like 1 month before Volume One got out in July 2022, and I was looking for opportunities to go out to tour a bit, and I knew that this band was from Barrie, Ontario's one like maybe 1 hour away from Toronto, not up north, and I was immediately drawn into their music, thinking, yeah, that's fucking atmospheric doom and kind of stonerish. It was really exciting for me to reach out to them, and then we got into a tour together in Quebec and Ontario. It was like a share tour, so it was really exciting. So yeah, as you as you said earlier, touring with friends, being with friends, hanging out with those people, getting to know those people is, I think, it's precious.
Absolutely. It's, it's having those people to share those memories with that
Oh
you're
yeah,
not, you're not like alone going, oh man, I remember this one time it was so cool. You can have, you're literally happened today. Some friends of mine, hey, man, remember when we went and did this? Like, hell yeah, that was so fun. Like we got so sick afterwards, but man, it was great doing it, you
yeah, for
know?
sure. It's like building memories with all of those people, and uh, it becoming sisters and brothers after this, and it was kind of the same way when we toured with Sandvice earlier this year in Quebec, and we did 5 days with them in Quebec, Montreal, Quebec City, and elsewhere
Yeah.
in the province, and then we had a lot of fun with them during their album release tour, which is a super cool album, by the way. I really like this album, and I think um, the last gig of the tour, Luke said at the mic, really nice being with you guys. We're becoming, brothers,
Yeah.
not only friends but brothers now. So this creates bound, between people. So this is, I think that's what music is all about, uh,
Well, it
creating
is.
bounds.
That's it's in my mind, it's the world's biggest connector. There's
Of course,
no,
man.
you go to a live show, there's no religion, there's no political view, you know what I mean? Like you're all there to watch the band and enjoy the music. And that's when we can get away from all of that divisive bullshit and
Yeah,
understand that we are a brotherhood, that's when things will, I think, turn for the better
Yeah.
for everyone.
And that's for sure. In the world more and more polarizing, it's important to identify also what is bringing us together
Yeah,
as a so yeah, for sure. As human being, I think music is really important.
hell yeah. So when you guys come out to Vegas,
Yeah,
are you guys there for the whole weekend or are you guys just staying for like a day or so?
actually, we are flying to Los Angeles at first, so we're taking the plane from Montreal to LA on January 27th, and we're gonna reach out to our friend Bobby Parker from Salem's band. Actually, we're gonna live at his house for a couple of days, and then we have a tour planned with them. So the first night, January 28th, we're going to Palmdale um, to this venue called Transplants, and then after this, we're heading to San Diego, and the actually Las Vegas would be our third date in the Southwest.
Yeah,
So yeah, attending Planet Desert Rock weekend on January to sorry man, I'm all over the place.
30th.
I actually January 30th. That's
Yeah,
it. And then after this, going back to Los Angeles and San Francisco for our last date in the Southwest.
right on.
Then heading back to Montreal in February 2nd. So I think it's gonna be really exciting to meet our friends from Salem's band. And once again, last year we played in Quebec and Ontario with them again, and it's always about connecting people, as we said earlier, and I think it was the first step, to call Salem's band and tell them, yeah, want to come to Montreal, and then after this, talk a little bit with Bobby, and he told me, yeah, for sure. Uh, if you go to Planet Desert Truck weekend, we could book something together. So yeah, this was basically it.
Yeah, that'll be super cool. So it'll be quick for you guys in for the night and then out to the next
Yeah,
show.
yeah, man, exactly. Um, I wish it could be longer than that. I wish we could stay longer, but we have obligations here in up north, so
Yeah,
we have to take care of our jobs, kids, and
yeah,
wives and all.
the
But
real life stuff. Yeah,
the real life stuff that's awaiting us. But we try to harmonize our both lives as
yeah.
much as the best way as possible.
It's tough. It's really tough. You're
Oh yeah,
obviously like you're running a business with the band and you're trying to manage all of that. And then of course, wives and kids and their schedules. And you're like, okay, how do we make all of this work?
exa exactly. But there's willingness, and the guys are really willing to travel, and they're really willing to push this band, and I'm really lucky to have them with me. Actually, I feel blessed about this. They are, my friends, my brothers, and favorite musicians out there. I play with them, so
Yeah,
I feel really really lucky to have them around.
that's super cool. So,
Yeah.
on volume two, is there a song that really sticks out to you more than any other?
Of course, I think scattering is really relevant. I think this is the my maybe the song that I prefer on volume two, more straightforward. This is our single. I think it's the first song that I composed to for volume two. But I must admit that one of my favorite is the last one. Actually, the Burn Into Blaze, I think is my favorite song. And this is kind of where we want to head for volume
Volume
three.
three.
Something a little bit more, maybe more progressive. I really like Blood for Blood too. Live is one of my favorite songs to play because there's so much like changeovers in this song, and there's transitions, and it really evolves into, uh, and it's exciting to play it live. So
Yeah.
maybe my two favorite songs would be Blood for Blood and Burn into Blaze. These are the two last songs that I composed for this album.
So they're the newest on volume two.
Exactly. Yes, yes, yes. These are the newest songs. So it it's something that enunciate those songs like enunciate what volume 3 should sound like, maybe.
Okay. Well, that'll be cool. Like, how long do you think like volume three is gonna take you?
To put everything together, I checked it out, and we have a recording session actually in January, just before we leave for LA. At the beginning of January, we booked a studio near Montreal, and we will put together two songs to begin with, just to make sure these are demos basically, and we will jam it over and over. And basically, what we do is we record the basics, drum, bass, and two guitars, and you know, have and a basic vocals to melody lines. And after that, we jam it in the jam space together, and it evolves into something maybe that fits a little bit more what Sons of Arrakis is. And then I have some other songs in my head that I want to record, but I think it will take us maybe 1 year to get all the songs. And then after this, it's gonna be the recording process, which basically take us 3 to 6 months. I'm not sure, but it will depend how it is cut,
Yeah.
how it is captured.
Okay.
It would have to be a discussion between the guys and I.
Yeah. Well, it's cool that you like demo it out and then you guys as a band jam it and kind of flesh it out the rest of the way because it gives you like a solid a solid stepping stone. Like here's the foundation of the song. Let's build it into what we are. And
Yeah,
obviously, it's worked. It's worked for you guys thus far. So I'm really excited to hear what volume three is.
thank you, man. And I like this process too, because it's it just allowed me to get out of my head whatever song it is, and whatever I have in my head into a tape. And then after this, the guys are, yeah, okay, yeah, yeah, I see what you mean. And then after this, maybe like after a couple of comments and critics, we have to take a step
Yeah.
forward together as a band. And uh, I like to play it in the also in the jam space, because it's where it gels after this. And I like to leave as much space as possible to Victor and Francis, which are the bass player and the lead guitarist. I basically cut the rhythm guitar, and after this I put some put few ideas together. But for the bass, I don't touch any of this. I leave it to Victor. I think he has a really good idea of where he's heading when he play bass. And then for sure, Francis, I think is a it's important to leave him as much space as possible to create. Um, I think it's the best way that we found that it's possible to put on a great
Yeah.
song.
So I think that's fair for a band also, right? Because then everyone feels like it's more collaborative instead of like a top down, you're gonna play this, you're gonna play that. And when
Yeah.
people, when you create, you you
Yeah.
you tend to like playing it more anyway.
Yeah, exactly. And then it just allow us to explore some things that maybe uh, I wouldn't I wouldn't have explored. For example, to leave as much space as possible to Francis and Victor, but allow me to see the music in a different version of what I initially thought in my head. And so this is really exciting every time I send I send them a song. I think they um, yeah, they just succeed to yeah, to put something really cool in it.
Kind of fills it out, and
Yeah, of
it's
course.
it's cool that feel um impressed with what they're doing. I think sometimes for musicians they get a little jaded and they're like, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that's cool. And you're
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
man, they do some really cool shit, which is
Yeah. That's why I say I'm really lucky, and I trust them. And I think it is really important to set up this. I trust you, so they trust me to do what I do. And what they expect from me is
yeah,
to come up with riff ideas and basic structures, and Matthew and I, like the drummer and I, basically are the foundation of the song. And then after this, yeah, working. That's what they expect from me, and I deliver. So they trust me on this, but I have to trust them. Uh, it's just have to be like a reciprocity thing.
yeah,
And one thing that I really like during the recording process is when I record vocals, I record at Francis' studio, so he's really harsh on me. I really like it because sometimes, he trusts me on whatever I do, but when he has an idea, he said, "No, no, man, he just produced me. He produced me," and he's really, he's not shy to formulate critics about what I sing, or sometimes it just say, yeah, no, this should be it. Yeah,
yeah.
this text, I don't like it. Yeah, let's basically change it. And he does the producer job when I need it. So it's like a shared experience. I really like this.
Well, and I think that's an important part for a producer, right? Because what does it do? The producer is there to bring the best out of the band, as a musician, as a lyricist, as whatever. Like, if they're not there doing that thing and they're just
Yeah,
twisting knobs, like, then you don't need a producer, you need an engineer.
exactly. So basically, what we need is an engineer, because we are able to produce our music, whether it's me or Francis, or we are able to produce, you know, uh, to be able to think our music. And this is, I think, the hardest part, because it spins in a lot
Yeah,
in you know, it spins a lot in my head when I do that. And I listen to I think I listened to the recording and mixes 200 times, if it's not 2,000 times. It's just it's mind boggling. That's why I told you earlier that this album was really tough to cut. It was
yeah.
really tough to capture. Every aspect of it was an effort. And after this, we're still criticizing it a bit. Fuck the mix, man. Should have done this instead of that. But it's just part of the game.
Well, it is, hindsight obviously is 2020, but those when you're able to look back and go, oh man, we should have done this here, it really sets you up for the next thing. You're like, okay, here's what I would have liked to change there. Let's see what we can do different now. It's all part of that.
Exactly. Yeah.
that growth as a band, as a
It,
musician.
it's like we're on a step, and then okay, what is the next step now? This just allow us to think that way, and I think it's really, yeah, it's really important to yeah, just to take a break also from this, and say okay, take a step back, and then go to the next thing.
Yeah. Yeah. So with you guys going to hit like California and Nevada, um,
Yeah,
is is there like a show aside from Planet Desert that you're really looking forward to playing, or a place that you're forward to playing out there?
yeah, for sure. For example, yeah, it will be our first time in the Southwest, so it's really exciting for us to go to LA. It's always been something that I had in my mind when I was younger, but when I'm 33 right now, so it's really exciting too to just it's like a dream come true almost to go there, especially to go there with one of our this band, Salim's band, which are our friends actually.
Yeah.
And the Slippery Clutch in Los Angeles looks like a pretty cool venue. I'm really excited to go there. But Till 2 Club in San Diego looks like a super rad club too. Smaller venues, I really like smaller venues like this. I think they are really rad. But
Yeah.
to be honest, I think the peak of it all would be at Counts Vampt in Las Vegas. I think it will be a really good show, especially that we share the stage with Unida. So I think it's going to be amazing. I think it's going
Yeah.
to be an amazing night.
That night is going to be absolutely phenomenal. I don't think there's a like in my mind, there's not a bad night that whole weekend.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to it, and I'm really looking forward to seeing Fire Down Below from Belgium, dude.
Oh yeah.
Those guys jam so good. I'm gonna I don't know if anyone's warned you. My experience out in LA is I like going out there, but it always smells like a urinal.
I never went there, so I will give you some news about it. I will tell you my impression.
Yeah. Just really just certain areas like Hollywood. When I was in Hollywood, I don't know, a few months ago, it was it just smelled like people were going to the bathroom on the sidewalk.
Yeah, yeah, okay, I get what you mean.
Like,
It's kind of nasty.
yeah. Uh, but we went to Trejo's Tacos, which is really good. They got a really good hot sauce if you like hot sauce.
Yeah, for sure, man. I think that was one of Bobby's suggestion to go there too. So yeah, man. I figured that we will follow Bobby Parker. I'm sure he will be a good tourist agent.
Yeah.
I guess I don't want to butter him with this, but yeah, I'm sure it's gonna be fun to be there with him, um, and yeah,
You
yeah.
gotta you gotta do the Hollywood sign since you're there.
Oh, that's for sure, man. Yeah, we have to do the typical band picture there.
Yes. That'll be that'll be super cool. I think that'll be a really fun run for you guys, first time out in that area. Obviously, it'll
Yeah.
be, I think the weather will be very different there than back home.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Up north is in Montreal is really tough right now, but it's not that bad right now. It's maybe around zero, but usually it's like around -10 in Celsius.
Yeah.
I don't know it in Fahrenheit, sorry,
I
but
don't
yeah.
I don't miss
Oh,
that at
oh,
all. Like we were I grew up in Michigan and
oh
I would,
yeah,
so it was a little bit, not quite Toronto north, but
yeah, yeah.
I mean it's not that big of a difference, and that we're
You're
looking
right.
at.
It's not that big of a difference. It's a similar climate, that's for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think
But
like so I'm in Kentucky now, and we're like I think we were mid 50s today Fahrenheit,
oh,
which
nice.
I don't even know what that is in Celsius because I'm a dumb American.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
No, no.
like,
Never mind, man. I
yeah.
just have to. How much is there Celsius
Oh
versus
yeah.
Fahrenheit?
That's
You have
a
to
I know that's a good thing.
Google it. Let's Google it.
Let's see. Here we are. Okay, so
So
32
it's
degrees
what is the
Fahrenheit is
number?
zero.
Oh, okay, yeah, I get what you mean there.
So like
Okay, so
freezing. Freezing would be
yeah,
zero.
okay, yeah, exactly, exactly. Like so, we're on the brink of freezing right now, but not quite. Yeah, I think it's 1 degree right
Yeah.
now. But but last week there it snowed maybe almost every day, so there were maybe like 10 centimeters, around like 3 inches everywhere of snow. So yeah, man, it's a tough time. I can't wait to go to the sunshine a little bit in LA. It's gonna be cool.
Yeah, well, and you guys are going to San Diego. San Diego has like a
Oh yeah,
super solid year-round temp. I think it's like mid 70s or something there all the time.
that's gonna be awesome. Oh
Yeah.
man, it's gonna give us a break uh, from this mighty winter.
Yeah. Yes. I don't, and I would assume Vegas isn't too far off, but I haven't even paid attention to the weather in Vegas for that because I don't know, we're not there yet.
Yeah,
Um, we'll see.
I think it's good. It's going to be comfortable. I'm quite sure of this.
Yeah, it won't be snowing, that's for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
So what over the next like 12 months for the band, aside from like recording volume three, are there other like goals or thresholds that you guys would like to hit?
Yes, of course. Actually, our for first 6 months of 2025 are already booked in terms of shows. We're heading to Vermont, to Massachusetts also in February, and then we're heading in the Midwest after this in April. We're going to we have a show in Toronto and then Detroit and Chicago on the beginning of April. So really excited to go to Chicago, man. And never went there and heard only good things about this city. Can't wait to go there. And Detroit too looks super rad.
Where are you guys
Um,
playing at in Detroit?
in Detroit, we played at Outer City Limits,
Outer Limits? Yeah.
Outer Limits, and then in Chicago we play at Reggie's.
Okay. That'll
Do you
be
know
cool.
those?
I
Do you know
yeah,
those venues?
I'm
Yeah,
familiar with both of them. Both cool places to play.
amazing, man. Can't wait, can't wait. And then after this, we have New York City and Boston in May. And then after this, we are heading to Maryland Doomfest in late June.
All right.
I think June 28th, and something really exciting that we can't wait is we are already booked at Stoomfest in London in the UK actually.
Right
So
on.
it's gonna be a super cool, super fun festival to yeah, it's gonna be super cool. Apparently, we're gonna play in front of 500 people there. We are the direct support to the headliner there. I don't remember the name though. And small tour in the UK as well is planned. I think we'll play Birmingham, Nottingham,
Yeah,
Sheffield.
gotta go to the Black Sabbath's home.
Yeah, yeah, of course, man. This is a no-brainer, and I think Bristol too is in the plan. Um, and then after this, we during the summer, I think we maybe tour the eastern part of Quebec, which is really it's really awesome during this in the summer. I mean, to be honest, it's one of the most beautiful places I've seen in my life. There's the St. Lawrence River with mountains and a forest. Those city called small cities like Rimouski in Quebec. That's how we pronounce it in French. Rimouski in English would be Rimouski, something
Okay.
like this. Then eastern part, Gaspé, this eastern part of Quebec, Gaspésie, etc. So it's gonna be awesome. And record, of course, some demoing. Record a new album, Volume 3. Make sure we have everything we need. Um, yeah, and doing paperwork for subsidies.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's pretty much it. And something really exciting that just popped up today. I discussed with. I'm not sure if it's all right if I discuss about it, but let's keep it a secret for right for
Okay.
between us. All right.
Yeah.
So there's really blessed and really lucky to have all of those people pushing for to make it happen.
Yeah.
Frankly, it's something really nice. I forgot something really important, and I'm sorry, Ryan. There is also Laroon Mountain. It's a festival in Ontario called near Hamilton, I think. And there will be some cool headliners this year. We are part of this, and there's always like super awesome bands all from all over Montreal bands that go there every year, and then also like bands from Ontario, local bands from Hamilton and Toronto. I think it's going to be a blast. To be honest, it's like a 2 days, I think 3 days festival this year,
Okay.
and I think it's going to be super cool. It's growing, you know.
You said that's in Hamilton?
Yes, I think it's near Hamilton. Yes, yes,
Okay.
yeah.
I mean, that's not too bad of a drive. I mean, when I was a teenager, we used to drive up to London.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That's not that far from there. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. You, s- I mean, you could drink in Canada at 19. We were
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
let's go, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Yes, this is the secret trick.
Yeah, cross the border. But
Yeah,
then
yeah.
you didn't need you didn't need passport or anything. You could just
Oh, at
go
that point,
and
at
yeah,
that time, oh shit, that's really nice. That this is, yeah,
yeah, that was
that
30
this
years
is,
ago.
man, this is something that is really, that really pisses me off, man. It's really super strict, man, for Canadian bands to cross the border, and we. I've been through this process for the P2 visa. Actually, we need those visas to cross border as a musician, and man, it costs a lot of money, and it is super long and super exhaustive.
Yeah,
It's an exhausting process to go through. So I'm really glad it's done. It's behind me. But it's for American bands to cross the border is not that complicated. You don't need anything. Don't need any visa. You just have to pay a tax if you bring merch. That's it. And
that's not bad.
yeah, I wish that it could be different one day. It's maybe simpler time. But anyway,
I think the restrictions are only going to get tighter and tighter from here on out, you know?
I know.
Unfortunately, everyone wants they want their dime and it's with like our government, there is so much bureaucracy
Yeah.
that they've got 73 people that look at the same page to go yay or no. And and then it moves to the
I
to
know.
the next like 70 people. Like, okay, what are they gonna say? Like, hold on,
Yeah.
why do we have like 400 people trying to check if this band is good enough or not? Like this, it's
I,
a band. Let them come in and jam and let's just get on with it.
yeah, I wish it was. I wish it was like this, but anyway, man. Fingers crossed. It's not gonna be more complicated than it actually is right now.
Right.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, for sure. Uh,
Fingers.
are you guys doing any like special merch for your little run, like a special t-shirt or anything?
Sorry, man. I didn't hear what you said. Is communication broke down a bit?
Oh, I said, are you guys gonna bring like a tour specific shirt or anything for your run?
Oh yeah, yeah, exactly. Because we plan some merch down there. We have um, we have actually volume two T-shirts. The like Arcanens edition, which will be available at Planet Desert Rock, but also in California. And we will bring also new T-shirt design. It's like a hand in the fire, so it's basically like the high-ended enemy edition, like the Ganja Bar edition. So it's gonna
Yeah.
be. I think this one is cool. I really like it, but that's for some reason it doesn't really sell well at the moment. So we'll bring it on tour and see what people think. And yeah, Volume Two, LP, Volume One. There's not much Volume One LP left. Actually, there are two left, and they are already at almost at Bobby's house, almost there. And yeah, some CDs of Volume Two and Volume One, and
Sure.
we have a brand new cassette too of Volume Two. So basically, that's pretty much it for the moment.
Okay. Well, I'm looking forward to a t-shirt. I got my vinyl on the way, which I'm super
Nice,
stoked about. I think the colors are really cool. Um,
amazing, man.
so I will likely pick up a shirt or when you guys are out there. Are you doing um card or cash only?
Yeah, we will bring our square. Actually, we accept cards and like a Mastercard, and I don't think we accept American Express though. I don't think it's a thing. Yeah, but
Okay.
anyway, we accept debit or credit and cash for sure. Yeah,
Sorry.
no worries, bud.
I I didn't turn my phone on silent and it it's going nuts. Like work never stops. Um, well,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Frederic, I'm so looking forward to seeing you guys out there. Maybe before the show, if you have time, we can go grab a bite to eat with the bands.
Definitely, that would be amazing, man. Can't wait to talk to you, man. To shake hands and yeah, have a drink together. That's for sure, man. That would be
Hell,
amazing.
hell yeah, dude. Well, why don't you go and have
I
yourself a great night? We'll catch up here in like a month.
Yeah, for sure, man. See you in a month, and that was a pleasure to talk to you, man. It was really great, really nice to share with you about music and yeah,
Uh, yes,
all of those things that we like, man.
absolutely.
It's really amazing,
Yeah, I greatly appreciate your time. I think we had a fucking killer conversation, and
for sure, man.
I can't tell you how excited I am to see you guys live.
Yeah, man. Thank you very much, man. Just want to say maybe the last thing. Yeah, sometimes I was looking for some words and all that stuff, and I'm a little, I'm a little bit rusty in English sometimes. It it got more fluent at the end, maybe. But
Yeah,
you know,
you're good. It
yeah.
you
Thanks,
did.
bud.
I think you did really well because I know you probably speak French the majority of your time.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. But
Yep, you did great,
thank
bro.
thanks for the comment, and
Hell yeah.
yeah, see you really soon. Take care, man.
All right, have a great night.
You too, man.